First thing we're going to record is our drums. Whether you have a free version of GarageBand that's not the full version, or if you have the full version, you're going to have this drum set and you're going to use it in this example to make your first drum beat. Over here on the left, these are all your patches or voices. These are all the different sounds you can use on your GarageBand software. There's other ways to add ones that are maybe not the ones that I already give you, like ones that you want to add, but for now we're going to keep it to the simple selections that Apple provides for us. So you have your bass, different types of bass. You have drum kits, you have drum machines, and so on. You have all these other choices. Arpeggiator is really cool if you like techno sounds or hip hop or electronic dance music, all that stuff. You have some stuff that's more conventional and classical, like brass. You have percussion, strings, woodwinds. We're gonna use, for our example, we're gonna use a drum machine. The drum machine is like it's a fun, modern, electric sounding drums. I'm gonna go to Epic Electro. Click on this one, and in order to play my instrument, you may already have a MIDI controller, but I'm gonna assume that you don't have that. So we're gonna just learn how to use the pre-made, built-in MIDI controller inside of GarageBand. That might sound like too much, but I'll explain. Go up here to the top, click on Window. When you click on Window, you're going to see Show Keyboard and Show Musical Typing. Click on Show Musical Typing. And you get this, which, as you noticed before, I already had it open, but I X'd out of it just so I can show you how to open it. So if I go over here, if you notice, each one of these keys, it's like a real piano, but the letters on it aren't like real music theory, because there's no T in music theory. It goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it keeps repeating in a cycle, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But for our purposes, we're using the musical typing because it's actually your keyboard on your computer. If you press each key on the computer, it will make these sounds for you. All the way up here, there is a blue highlighted section. If you move this around, you need to visualize this huge keyboard right here. Each one of these sections is a different part of that huge keyboard. So you might have certain notes that are up here, but if you go down here, it's like a different section of the keyboard and there are different notes. Okay, maybe I'll give you a minute or two to play around with the drums. I'll play around as well. What we're going to do now is I want you to make sure you're on Epic Electro, and I want you to go, you see these little dots right here? This first dot right here, the second dot, third dot, fourth dot. You're going to make sure that this blue section is on this dot right here, the fourth dot. Okay? That's because I know it's going to make this key the bass. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to record something on GarageBand. The record button is this button right here. But before we do that, we want to make sure we're at the beginning of the song. So go over here to the beginning of the song. When you just hit spacebar, you may or may not hear a click, some sort of click. If you want to hear that click, you know what? You need to hear the click. So make sure you click on this where it says click. Because that click is our guide for our song. That's the tempo of the song. So when it's time to record, I'm going to try to play the best I can to that click. I'm going to try to match up with that click. Okay, so I'm going to practice that a little bit. I think I'm ready now to give it my best shot. The beauty of this is whether or not it sounds perfect, we're gonna fix it afterwards. So don't be, too shy about trying your best, because you can always fix it after. I'm gonna show you how to edit it and make it sound really good. So click on record, and what happens when you click record is you get a count of 4 before you start recording. For instance, I'll show you what I do. 3, 4. Okay, that was not that good, as you can tell. For one, I'm using musical typing on my keyboard, which kind of doesn't have the best response time every single time. Two is I'm recording this screen video at the same time as recording the music, so there's a little bit of a lag. So that wasn't the best. Let's hear it back one sec. So we need to quantize that. First, you should stop and you should make your own drum beat. It doesn't have to be long. It could be maybe 15 seconds. That's fine. It's just the sample, just to get the understanding of how we're going to record stuff. So before you continue the next video, make your first drum track.